Okay, so this is the first edition of Reaction Reaction. We're gonna react to reaction videos. Why reaction videos? Because it's easy content and they stole it, so might as well we steal it too. There we go. Okay. Let's start with this one.
At Gamescom, they're currently showcasing a game about youth and also manipulate them, sometimes kill them, and traffic over drugs that kill people.
Undocumented.
They're parasites. The people that do that are awful. At Gamescom, they're currently showcasing a game about illegally crossing into the USA and processing the trauma from being a minority with real audio clips from real illegals. I have to see this. I have to see it. I want to watch it. This is content.
So they're making a game called Immigrant Simulator. That's kind of crazy.
Wait a minute. Okay, we might have something here. Let's get it.
My pronouns are she, her, and
Shit!
Huh. It's literally called Take Us North. Holy shit, that's crazy.
I just got triggered.
Great. So I got a little intro. Thank you. My name's Carla Reyes. My pronouns are she, her, and I run a little indie studio called Anima Interactive. We're developing Take Us North, which is about migration across the U.S.-Mexico border, which is obviously a very relevant and heavy-hitting topic.
Man, they're hella pissed about this one. They're mad about this one for sure. Oh my god. That's wild. Oh, fuck. I don't blame them for being pissed off. This would piss me off if I was hella affected by this. But since I'm not, I'm gonna laugh and make fun of it.
But that's why we found it important to talk about now, and I'll share a little bit about our
I'm so triggered
in the development of this project, because it's very deeply rooted in research. Given how sensitive and complex and nuanced the subject matter is, we want to make sure that we are telling these stories.
Are they going to research the way that illegal migrants steal the identities of American citizens and then claim their benefits illegally?
They don't do that, Asmongold. They don't steal identities. They just work at Home Depot. Okay, they don't steal identities, Asmongold. They just work at Home Depot. You don't need an identity to work at Home Depot.
And that you
just need to be willing to work on someone's roof for 8 hours, getting paid $80 for that whole day.
We are, reaching our goal in trying to shift hearts and minds around this. So before I begin, I'm actually curious.
Yeah, this isn't a game, it's propaganda.
They always want to change hearts and minds.
It is.
Why don't you just give me money instead?
I'm mindful there might not be many Americans in the room. Are there any Americans, by the way? No, okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so could I ask, what are your perceptions around the motivations behind migration across the U.S.-Mexico border? What are you hearing in the headlines and the news? I'm just curious. You can shout things out, or yep, go ahead. Trump out. Yes. Okay. Anyone else?
What a basic take.
I just hope that China and Korea can save us from this madness. Maybe South America can.
Did he say South America, Karen? That's wild. That's actually wicked cool. Hell yeah. Are there any Karens from South America here? Say what's up if you're from South America and you're a Karen.
Oh my god. There's somebody gotta do this. This is bad.
What do you think is the primary motivation for people from Latin America or otherwise crossing the U.S.-Mexico border?
Who cares?
They cross the border because we got the best tacos. We got the best tacos and they want some frickin' tacos. That's why they crossed the border. It's not because of a job. It's not because of opportunity. It's because here in America, we got the best tacos.
Great. Okay, violence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone
that's
else?
the problem.
Else?
I used to live in El Salvador some years, and violence is the main.
Yes. Okay. So this is great because I think like in the U.S., one of the narratives that's being pushed is
Yeah.
obviously, you've probably heard this. Americans are, they'll often say Latin Americans, or they'll be reductive to Mexicans. They will say like they're just stealing our jobs, right? Like
They
that's
are. It's a fact. They're stealing the jobs. They're creating.
And they're stealing our goddamn tacos. Not only are they stealing our jobs, but they're stealing our goddamn tacos. Leave my tacos alone, damn it.
More traffic. They overload social systems. They steal people's identities to get government benefits. They steal, obviously, a bunch of other different type of entitlement programs like food
Yo, what's up, operator? How you doing? What's a 4-4? It's when your balls drop to the floor.
stamps, etc. They do jobs for cents on the dollar that should be made for Americans, or they should be improved by automation.
Shut the hell up, Asmongold. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The reason why illegals cross the border is because they want our tacos. We got the best goddamn tacos, and we got the best illegals ever. They want to be part of the culture of tacos.
Instead of relying on illegals as a working class of people. The reason why people think this is because it's true.
It's not true. He's saying a bunch of bullshit.
Showed up in our fucking country. Why the fuck should we be okay with people showing up in our country? We didn't say they could be here. What a ridiculous thing to say.
Oh, that's a crappy video. Let's go. Let's find another video.
It's like even the base impulse of this is outrageous. Like the amount of entitlement.
They don't want to cross the border to take our jobs. They want to cross the border to take our tacos.
Explaining the nose ring theory. All right. Yeah, let's watch it. You know what?
Man, I dated a girl with a nose ring, and let me tell you, she was so opinionated. She always had something to say, and I thought it was bullshit all the time. But you know what? I said, you're right. Oh my God, I never thought about that before. I basically said that to get laid. If you see a girl with a nose ring, just agree with everything she says, because she will fucking do you. You will get laid if you do.
Let's watch it right now.
So I'm 24 years old, and I've been trying my hand at dating
Why do they get rid of their eyebrows? Why do they do that?
men specifically for probably about 5-6 years now, in a serious way.
Yeah.
I'm single at the moment. My boyfriend and I just broke up recently, and I have probably dated about.
I'll tell you one of the reasons. So one time.
You know what? She has a nose ring and she has that thing between her eyes, but she's still pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie. This one right here, especially, she got no nose ring and no piercings, and she's hot. This one right here, you know, she's cute for like a soulless, dead in the eyes, always on opioids, always doing some sort of cocaine. You know, she's still hot. I still give her a pass, yeah.
I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why guys don't like dating girls like her. I had a friend. His name was Austin. Lifelong friend. Known him 15 years. 2010, 2011. I walk into his room. He had a girlfriend like this. Looked just like this. I was jealous. I thought she was hot. Anyway.
Yeah, she was hot.
I see there's a stain and a brown mark on his floor.
What the fuck?
And I said, Austin, what happened? He says, never let a chick with piercings give you a blowjob.
Oh, hell no.
I said, damn.
Damn.
Dairy Queen? He says, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true. If a girl has a piercing on her lip and she's giving you head, your dick is gonna get cut the fuck up like Freddy Krueger gave you head. That shit's gonna be crazy, son. That shit's gonna be crazy, son. Yeah, you gotta be careful with those girls with piercings. Yeah, they look hot, they look cute. You think that stud on her tongue is gonna make you feel good, and it kind of does, but at the same time, you're gonna get cut the fuck up, bruh. Remember me? What's up, JJ? How you doing, buddy? We're reacting to reaction videos.
What the fuck? I know.
No, it's true. Those piercings, they're trying to cut you up.
4 to 5 men, seriously. Keep running into the same issues every single time I date a man, and I've been trying to like really get to the root of what it is. And now I know what you're thinking. You probably have a type.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
These men don't.
She will never ever consider that maybe it's her. She will never ever think, maybe it's me. Maybe it's my personality. Maybe it's all my weird obsessions. No, no, no. It's always the guy's fault. It's always the guy's fault. They will never think to themselves, huh, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me wearing a horse face mask. No, no, no. It's always the guy. Some cases, that's valid.
The only thing
Other
that these men have
cases,
in common is
yeah,
that
take
they
accountability.
really have been reflecting a lot and trying to figure out what like the root of all these issues is. Now, don't get me
Well,
wrong.
the root of all the issues is that everybody else is wrong and that you're right. And
Exactly.
you didn't do anything wrong. It's everybody else collectively that's bad except for you.
I'm not perfect,
Obviously.
but I'm not.
That's obviously the case.
Everybody knows that.
Ended. One of the main issues that I've come to recognize is that I don't think men are really socialized to know what it means.
Here we go. What did I tell you? You just look at them and you know.
To truly love someone, like love their partner and care for their partner. Obviously, I'm not saying this is all men, but I think it's just not normalized for them to like, I don't know, just like, I guess I don't know how to phrase it.
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying,
don't.
For example, is that...
Yeah, she doesn't, because she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. All she's doing is shifting the blame to the guy, but she will never see how it's her responsibility, how maybe it's her. It's always the guy. It's always the dude. They will never look at themselves and have some real deep reflection, because they always got 5 other chicks validating everything they're saying. Man, women, you can't live with them, you can't live without them. And that saying gets truer every year I'm on this freaking godforsaken planet. Where's the play button? Where did the play button go?
Every single one of these men individually has looked me in my eyes and told me that I am the love of their life. I'm the most important person in their life, that they would take a bullet for me.
Yeah.
And every single one of them has treated me horribly, okay? I don't know about
Well, they say that's you at first so they could bang. You gotta understand this, sweetie. They say whatever they can, whatever bullshit, cheesy, cliche thing comes to their mind. They say that just so they could bang you. And once they bang you and once they've had it, then it's like, okay, now I really don't give a fuck. I'm just going to treat this girl however the hell I want to treat her. I don't got to sweet talk her anymore because I already banged her, you know? So it's kind of like that. That's how it is. Girls kind of treat you like shit at first. You got to put up with it. You got to sweet talk them. Then once you're in it, once you're in a relationship, then the roles reverse. And that's just the way the world is. That's the balance of society. That's the balance of relationships.
you, but when I tell somebody they're the love of my life and that they're the person I care about the most, I show it. I'm treating them accordingly.
Yeah.
Part of it that really trips me up is that they believe it. They actually believe in their heart that I'm the love of their life and I'm the person they care about the most. I start calling it out. I would be like, you do not love me and you do not care about me.
You start calling that out? Why would you do that? Why? I mean, do you want to, like, why would you even do that? Like, I don't even understand. So here we go, right? It's a self-report.
Like point blank period. Otherwise you wouldn't be treating me
What
bad.
the hell? What the hell did Asmongold just say right there? What the fuck?
And they will argue and they get genuinely like offended. They get offended. I honestly pity them because I don't think they're socialized to know what that means.
I love how
Don't pity the living, Harry. Pity the dead. And this chick looks like she's been dead inside for about 5 years. Look at those rings. Look at those piercings. She even got some type of vampire teeth going on. She will suck the soul out of you. And that sounds like a good thing. Sometimes. Not all the time, because I need my soul. I need my soul to do my job.
this girl that shaved her fucking eyebrows off and has her fucking these piercings on so she looks like a vampire and a nose ring like the prize cattle at the
She does look like a vampire. I told you. She looks like a goddamn bloody vampire.
the fucking country fair is going to tell somebody else that they're not properly socialized. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I don't know how to get it across in a meaningful way.
I can
to them.
fix her. I mean,
Like,
she's
they just
sure.
don't listen. And
No, I could fix her for sure. I'm not gonna lie. She has not lost hope. There's still hope in there. There's still some light inside those contact lenses. But only I could do it. Only I am the justified man that could do that. No one, everyone else will fall in pity, despair, but I can fix her. I can fix her, damn it.
I'll be like, okay, you wouldn't have done this bad thing to me if you actually loved me in the way that you say you do. Like, that is not what love is. That's not what love is. When you love someone, you don't do
She's
things
probably
to-
annoying.
No, she is annoying. That's 100% for sure. But she has to understand that the reason why I do these bad things to her is because I love her. She thinks love is like fairies and dust and magic all the time. No, sweetheart, no. Love is pain. Love is anguish. Love is anxiety. If you really love somebody, you have no choice but to treat them like shit. Because that's how people have interacted for thousands of years. If she truly loved you, she would take that bullshit and she will handle that bullshit, because love isn't what you give. It's what you could take. And if you could take the bullshit, then you really have some love going on, said the horseman.
Intentionally or even unintentionally.
Yeah, she's
hurt
probably
them.
annoying.
Why
Super annoying.
considered love to you? I'm just like, I don't know where it's coming from. I honestly pity them because that has to be awful, but
Probably, yeah.
like, I can't handle
I mean, how
it
long
anymore,
was this?
dude.
So in this video,
Jesus
this girl is
Christ.
describing her troubles
I'm not gonna lie, her pussy probably smells too. It probably has a weird aroma. Not her. Hers smells like flowers on a fucking Sunday afternoon. But the other one smells like death. Dead broccoli inside a Cabbage Patch. With a bunch of dead Cabbage Patch kids. Yeah, that's what her pussy smells like. Not her. She's hot. She looks gorgeous. You look gorgeous, sweetie. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
finding a good man.
Yeah.
She insists that she doesn't have a type, that none of these men really have anything in common, but for some reason, in the end, they always end up treating her horribly.
Isn't that crazy how the same person can go to a bunch of people that they admit themselves are totally different and have the same outcome? Huh. So if you
It's probably her. They're just probably tired of dealing with her annoying bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, she's just probably super annoying. She probably has a bunch of these stupid opinions. And there's always an argument. I would be done with that in like a week. I couldn't handle myself if I was in that.
you're the common denominator in all of these situations, it must be men as a whole that are wrong. Can you, because like think about this. That was a 2-minute video of her talking. That felt like 10 minutes. Can you imagine having an argument with her? I would like I dated a girl like this one time. And I got to the point where, like, because then she'd just start talking, and I'd be, oh, fuck, just shut up, just stop. Just no, please. Right? One time? Yeah, only one time. Pink Spark. No, it was not easy.
And this led many in the comments to speculate that it must be something about her that is the common denominator.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, since such a short TikTok video, and we don't really get much insight onto greater parts of her personality, and she's not very...
Here's the funny thing about it, is that I am not a judgmental person, but I'm also a judgmental person. I think that we got a lot of insight into her personality.
Open about what her most major flaws are to figure out why she's attracting such mean men or why her relationships are always driven to turmoil. People began to theorize, because it's one of the most noticeable things about her, that it could potentially have to do with the amount of piercings she has. In fact, these two comments right next to each other.
The piercing theory is so true. Exactly. Yeah, he knows.
The piercing theory is so true, with over 700 likes. And again,
well, this is a common thing in nature, where you have animals that, in order to denote that they're venomous or poisonous, they have very bright or very unique and striking features. So, like, you know, those super bright lizards, well, if you lick them, you die. This is true. Like, you ever see a really bright blue and like purple frog? Don't touch them, you'll die.
Don't care. Nose ring theory, with over 1,200 likes. So you might be wondering, like I did, what about having a bunch of metal in your face would cause someone to treat you poorly? I mean, sure.
This is the Austin example, right? I mean, that's definitely one negative right there. I didn't even know that until he told me that. I didn't even want to know that. I still don't want to know that. Now everybody knows that.
The style isn't everyone's type, but these men were clearly attracted enough to her to date her. So then what is it that's causing the relationships to not go well?
Her.
So I decided to look into what these men were referencing when they talked about the piercing theory or the nose ring theory. And this was the top video I found.
Have y'all ever heard of the septum piercing theory?
Yeah.
If you have a septum piercing, you may not want to look it up, but I'm always the last person to hear about shit. So this is common knowledge. It's dead ass. it's actually dead ass. Because it says that every person that has a septum piercing makes their trauma their entire personality.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just look at her, you know that's true. Yeah, you just look at him. Yeah.
And she agrees? It's dead ass.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, dead ass.
Damn, straight from the horse's mouth. Or maybe I should say straight from the bull's mouth. You know.
Good one.
Because you get it, you get it. And if even the person with the nose ring is saying it's true, I mean, there's got to be something there. And this is just
no, it is true. I mean, again, like, how is it that this is exactly what I said earlier, right? Is that how is it that every single ancient culture throughout the entire globe came up with some form of mythological being that is a female-coded, like, mythological beast that either makes very loud noise.
Higher personality.
Yeah.
Okay, that might have been a little reductive. After all, it was just one video. Surely her entire profile isn't like that.
Yo, you guys never told me
Oh boy.
how cool it is to have a dad. Like, this is a secret.
I would have never guessed. No way. No way.
That's been kept from me.
And you've also got, by the way, human embodiment of a twig. So you've got, like, I know this might sound surprising, but the person with piercings all over their face probably has some form of body dysmorphia. So, like, we've already got, like, bro, if this was soccer, she'd be out of the game. Now, that's how many red flags she's gotten. It's bad.
I grew up with 3 moms. My mommy issues are off the chart.
What? Huh?
Okay, sure. I mean, so maybe she doesn't have a dad and has a ton of self-proclaimed mommy issues, but that doesn't mean trauma's her entire personality.
Yeah.
I have psoriasis. Not like a little psoriasis, like all over my entire body. When I tell you,
was it 7? Oh, okay. Then we'll just play the video for 2 more minutes, and then we'll get up to 7. I thought it was 3. I thought it was 3 red flags or red cards. Yeah, but no. I mean, we can get up to 7 pretty quick. Okay, let's go.
Not like a little psoriasis.
Entire personality.
What is this?
I have psoriasis. Not like a little psoriasis, like all over my entire body. When I tell you, my whole body looks like this.
Okay, so she has a bit of medical trauma too, but I mean, there's more to her.
Oh my
Nothing
god.
normal can ever happen to me. I think I attract chaos.
Okay, so
So everybody, everywhere you go, there's chaos. Huh. What are the odds of that?
attracting chaos, it might be a little red flag, but I mean, there's got to be something normal here.
Not to be a man-hater or anything.
Are we up to 7 now?
Actually, no, fully to be a man-hater. Fully to be a man-hater.
Oh, now we're at 8.
Okay, I guess she also just doesn't like men. I mean, you could have brought that up when you were theorizing on why your relationships with men might be
she probably goes into the relationships that she has with men with a degree of resentment because her dad wasn't around, and then there's some sort of other issue, and so then there's the I'm going to pull away from you and you have to hold me before I get away, and if you don't, that means that you don't love me. Like this is as I said before, it's actually crazy how, and I want to let you guys know I'm totally stereotyping, but I think I'm completely right. I think I'm totally right about this.
Going poorly. I'm starting to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Now, when I first started looking into nose ring theory, I didn't think that I would take it seriously at all. I thought it would just be a good laugh. But the more I looked into it, the more I think that it might actually hold some weight, because I did find
it's real. It's 100% real.
A number of studies that have strong correlations between individuals.
You know how many girls that I've met in my life that have had blue hair that weren't crazy? One. And you know what she doesn't have anymore? She doesn't have blue hair now. So she got rid of it. Now it's 0.
with a lot of piercings and tattoos, and how they are perceived and who they attract. This study seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos scored significantly higher than those without for sensation.
People, what's this here? Well, let me listen to this again.
How they are perceived and who they attract. This study seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos scored significantly higher than those without for sensation-seeking and risk-taking behavior.
So are you telling me people that want to poke holes in themselves are more likely to take risks? Holy shit. Holy shit, the Journal of Public Health Research. Wow. Wow, we've got some real groundbreaking, discovery here, gentlemen.
This other study that I found seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos, specifically women, scored significantly higher for extroversion and assertiveness, meaning they are more aggressive.
You're gonna hear me this whole goddamn time. I'm over here spitting facts and knowledge about...
Today examines...
I'm over here spitting facts and knowledge about going up to gorgeous women and asking them have they ever had their feet licked by a dude in a horse mask. And you weren't able to fucking hear that, god damn it. Well, thanks for letting me know, Chuck. Holy fuck. Yeah.
How people with tattoos...
So who'd have thought that women with face tattoos and piercings were fucking crazy in the fucking head and is never satisfied with anything. And never mind. I'm so pissed that you weren't able to hear me. God damn it. God damn it.
Things are perceived, and the most popular finding was that they are perceived to be more sexually promiscuous, and that they tend to attract people who are looking for more casual relationships than serious ones.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Just like what I was saying. If you have a one-night stand with one of these girls, it's fine. But if you have a relationship with one of these girls, good luck, buddy. You're going to have your head blown off by your own doing, just like Kurt Cobain. You're going to Kurt Cobain yourself in a matter of 2 weeks' time because all they do is talk about their traumas. All they do is talk about what pisses them off, and they have the most stupid opinions ever. And they're going to try to make you, like, agree with their opinions. And all you got to do is say, yeah, I agree with you, just so you could bang them. Just so you can fucking bang them, man. God damn it.
Many other studies seem to point to people with piercings and tattoos having higher...
I've never seen a girl with more than 4 tattoos that didn't have an OnlyFans. I'm thinking about this. I'm trying to go through everybody. You hang around weird girls? Well, I mean, this is the thing.
Well, he is a Twitch streamer. But you know what? Girls with OnlyFans, they're not the problem. It's girls without the OnlyFans. They're the real fucking problem.
So, like, I used to have 2 different questions that I would ask a girl before I dated her. I would ask her bra size and her item level in World of Warcraft. I don't play the game anymore, so I have a new question. I asked them, do you have BPD? And if the answer is no, I don't date them because I know that a girl would have to be crazy to date me in the first place.
Correlations with impulsivity and more experience with trauma.
Honestly, dating a crazy girl is something that every guy should experience at least once in their life. Seriously, dating a crazy girl is something every guy should experience once in life. Because not only is the sex going to be fucking phenomenal, but your brain, your headaches, your anxiety, all that shit is going to go up through the roof because all you're going to do is bang and argue. Bang and argue. Bang and argue. That's literally all you're going to do. And you know what? That sounds like a vacation on planet fucking Earth for some people. So date a crazy girl. Go find yourself a blue-haired, piercings, with like nose piercings, fucking cheekbone piercings, and with a bunch of tattoos. Find that girl, date her for like 3 or 2 months, because that's usually the length of those relationships anyways, and understand the meaning of chaos. Understand chaos, buddy, because it'll be good for your spirit.
And adversity.
Amen, brother.
EMC psychology seemed to find a strong correlation between body modifications and people who experienced childhood abuse and neglect. And this
No
one
way.
stood out to me.
No way, you're saying people who have crazy tattoos and nose piercings and shit were abused as children? No way! Get out of here! Get out of here! What? What are you talking about? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. That's like saying kids who are fat usually eat a bunch of chocolate cake. That's like saying fat kids are usually fat because they eat a bunch of chocolate cake and cheeseburgers. No fucking way.
This one found a notable prevalence of individuals with a high number of body modifications and borderline personality disorder.
See?
Now, this is not to say that individuals with piercings and tattoos...
It's just the way it is.
Yeah. That's just the way it is. Things ain't never be the same after you bang that tattoo blue-haired piercing chick.
These are all degenerate problem children, undeserving of love.
But it's crazy how common that it's crazy that there's like studies that say this though, right? Like you got to admit, like that's kind of like, wow.
Man, even the scientists are interested in this phenomenon. Even the scientists sat down with all his scientist friends, like, we got to get down to why these goth chicks are so fucking crazy. They're so hot. They attract you because they're so hot and cute. But they're like that flower that attracts insects because they look beautiful, but actually eats them and shit. They're like a freaking flower that eats you, that eats your soul. And you know what, baby? You can eat my soul anytime you want, baby. Have you ever got your feet licked by a dude in a horse mask?
What are the odds of
belly
that?
button piercing and an entire side piece, and I find myself to be pretty well adjusted and have had a lot of success in my relationships. But it does beg the question.
Of course she is. Look at her. She's gorgeous and beautiful and normal looking. Of course her relationships are healthy. And her boyfriend's probably hella stoked, like, hell yeah, I got me a hot chick that isn't crazy. It's the other girls that got fucking problems. And it's a disease that's infecting more and more young women. Pretty soon, every young girl's gonna be a goth chick. And they're gonna have 15 cats. And they're gonna blame their cats for all of their problems. They're gonna be like, why does this house smell like cat piss? It's your cat's fault. Your cats have been pissing everywhere.
Could there be any legitimacy to the nose ring theory?
Of course.
Or is it mostly just something that jerks shout at people they disagree with online?
No, it's legitimate. 100% legitimate.
Happen to have a nose ring.
Yes.
My ultimate conclusion? Probably both. Obviously, even with all these studies and research...
I want to say it's like an 80-20. 80% it's true that the nose ring theory is true, and that these women, these gorgeous hot women with a bunch of tattoos, nose rings, and blue hair, they are legitimately crazy, and they're here to suck your soul and bang your friends and fucking like argue with your mother and argue with you and just make your life a whole living hell, slash your tires, steal your money, all that bullshit. And 20% dudes trolling on the internet. It's mostly true that it is not true. So take that with a grain of salt, gentlemen, and make sure that you tell everybody that the horseman Flithy B sent you this message.
Research papers, you're never going to be able to make a correct, sweeping blanket generalization about every one kind of person.
What you say, Chuck? She's getting molestation threats now too? Oh, rip. Rip. Oh, no.
Who looks a certain way.
That's true, but it's crazy how often stereotyping people works.
No, stereotypes work 100% of the time. Stereotypes is the one way us as a society could distinguish the good from the bad. Stereotypes are true for a reason. Never be afraid of stereotypes. Stereotypes make the world go around. It makes money pass. It makes people stronger. Enjoy your stereotypes and embrace them.
It really is. It's I started stereotyping people a while ago, And like, man, it works all the time.
It works 100% of the time.
Of the first video we watched where the girl is describing her issues with relationships with men, we know that people did at least initially find her very attractive, as she even cites at the end of the video that I cut off that both men and women have described completely falling in love with her. And when I first listened to
No, she was cute. She was cute. If I saw her and I saw her sitting at the bar, I would definitely go up and try talking to her because she is gorgeous. And here's the game how you get those girls. Take note, this is how you get girls like that. All you gotta do is agree with them. Yeah, oh my god, your father's such a dick for leaving you. Oh my god, your past boyfriend's such an asshole. You hate all three of your mothers? They're bitches. You are the truest victim. I feel bad for you and I'm here to help you out and all this dumb bullshit. That's how you get those girls. You agree with them until they bang you. That's literally how it works, gentlemen. That's literally how this whole game works. Oh wow, let me lick your feet.
her story, I wasn't even making any judgments about her physical appearance. I was truly waiting for the other shoe to drop of when she was going to describe some consistent patterns of behavior that
something bad that happened to her. Exactly.
In her case, I definitely think that being a vocal man-hater was probably the linchpin in the disruption in her relationships.
I hate all men, and big surprise, you don't have
no freaking
relationships with men. Nobody would have guessed that.
She hates men because her father left her as a young girl, which is sad, which is awful. But we need more fathers to leave their daughters so they could become easy goth chicks in the future. Yes, they give you a headache, but they can also give you head.
Wow.
With a
So be careful because those piercings gonna cut you up like Freddy Krueger, son. Yeah, you think those safety pins are safe? Hell no. She wants to make you bleed. She likes blood. She's gonna freaking give you head and she's gonna cut you up like Freddy fucking Krueger. You're gonna be bleeding all over the goddamn place. While you're nutting. You're gonna be bleeding nut everywhere. A bloody nut. It's like a Bloody Mary, but with more nuts.
It's a
but certainly
shakarooski.
not all women with piercings and tattoos feel that way. In fact, here are some examples of super pierced and tattooed girls in very happy relationships with men.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That dude's with the Grim Reaper. What the fuck? That dude's with It the Clown right there. What the fuck? That dude's with Bobo the fucking clown right there. What the fuck? That's one of the Addams family. What the fuck? That bitch looked like a whole damn ghost and goblin. What the fuck? She looks like Casper the fat friendly ghost. What the fuck? She looks like a freaking vampire mixed with a freaking oil pastel painting. What the fuck? She looks like a haunted like Bloody Mary. What the fuck? She looks like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? All that, man, girls take forever to get ready. She probably takes 3 times the time to get ready. Holy shit. What the fuck?
Lucky guy. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. She is hot. She is hot. She could cut me up every day. I would let her cut me up every day. I'd be like, girl, you're right. I'm wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm wrong, baby. I was made to be wrong. I was made to be wrong. You were made to be right. You could chop me up all night. I'm wrong and you're right. You could chop me up all night. You could cut me, baby. You could hurt me, baby. That's fine. I don't mind getting hurt by you, baby. Shit, she's gorgeous. Oh my God, I just want to choke her. I want to choke her. I want to slap her. I want to bite her. She likes that too. Yeah, she likes being a little slapped, a little choked here and there. Yeah. Ooh. Woo.
And you've got to keep in mind, this is a very important thing. Keep in mind that they could have had a massive fight 5 minutes after this TikTok gets uploaded.
Shut the fuck up, Asmongold.
Like, just because, and like, that's the thing with people like this, is that things can be great, and then immediately they turn to shit.
Who gives a damn, Asmongold? She's hot. She could shit on me all day if she wanted to.
Best cat dad ever. Oh boy. Wow.
What is this?
Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, that's nice. See, homie right there knows what's up.
Always.
Homie knows that he got a freaking hot ass chick right there. Let it. If a girl like that wants to put eyeliner on you, this is what you do. You let her put eyeliner on you, and you grab and you squeeze her ass at the same time. You smack her butt, you squeeze her ass, you freaking bite her freaking neck, you freaking choke her a bit while she's putting eyeliner on you. That's how you play, bro. That's how you play around, bro. That's how you stay on top of things. That's how you stay on top of things. And after you're done, you lick her feet. And after you're done, you lick her feet.
Go for the nerdy gamer guys. But this is what makes the nose ring theory so...
Not always.
So complex.
Bro was sad about that one.
The first video were to be enough to prove...
Bro was visibly upset after that
all
one.
of these other videos should be enough to disprove it, right? At the end of the day, the nose ring theory is just that. A theory.
No, don't say it's just a fucking theory. They literally did scientific studies on this. Scientists themselves were like, why the hell are these nose ring bitches so fucking crazy? And they did their scientific theory and they made their conclusions. Don't say it's just a fucking theory, bitch. You're gorgeous, you're hot, and I love you, but don't fucking get me started, bitch, because I'll rip your head apart. Oh my God. It is true. It is truth. And I never heard anything more truer than the idea that girls with nose rings are fucking batshit crazy. Yep, that's right. Flithy B here in the house. Like and subscribe. We're reacting to reactions. All right.
Idea worth discussing. Is it true that people with a lot of tattoos and piercings tend to be a bit more rebellious, chaotic, and traumatized?
Seems that way.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Inherently undateable? No. Some of them.
But
some of them are...
No. Not some of them. Most of them. Okay? But just because they're undateable doesn't mean they're one-night standable. Like I said before, if you have a one-night stand with them, that's like putting your feet in the pool water. You could tell the temperature. No, you didn't dunk your whole head in there. No, you didn't take a swim, but you put your feet in the water. Now you know how the temperature is. And if you dunk your foot in once, you could dunk your foot in again. That's safety net. The one-night stand is the safety net, gentlemen.
Undateable.
But
not all of them. As with most things, it's a case-by-case scenario, and it's always more important to pay attention to how a person behaves or what they believe in than it is to try and find secret clues in how they look or dress. Anyway,
I disagree. That's stupid.
Is, right? I mean,
if you listen to her, you're gonna freaking die with the sharks. Don't die with the sharks, gentlemen. Be a little bit smarter than that. Know that these girls with nose rings and piercings like that, they're from the goddamn devil. The devil made them extra crispy and extra hot with prettiest feet. You know? Because the devil knows that motherfuckers like to lick feet. So they gave prettiest feet to these crazy ass goth bitches as a trap. As a freaking mouse trap. You know what I'm saying? So what you gotta do is, you know, just real talk. Just have a feel for the girl, you know? You can tell if a girl's crazy within the first 10 minutes of conversating with her. If all she talks about is her traumas, all she talks about what pisses her off, if there's no room for you to have a disagreement, to have an actual conversation, if it's all, yeah, you're right, then you probably shouldn't date her. But if you could actually have a back and forth, if you could play around, if you have inside jokes, then maybe she's a good candidate for someone you could date. Yeah. And then, if you're lucky, if she lets you, you can lick her feet. Yeah. Have you ever got your feet licked by a dude in a horse mask, baby? Yeah, don't do drugs, kids, or else you're gonna say a bunch of crazy shit on the internet. Let's see. Should we watch the Penguin Zero? All right.
I have been paying very close attention to the Twitch bot apocalypse. I've kept my finger on the pulse of it. I find it to be a really interesting topic here. For those that don't know, a few days ago, Twitch made good on their promise where they swore they would be making bot detection and eradication a priority.
Oh shit, Kai Cenat's about to go downhill if that happens, bro. Kai Cenat has nothing but bots on his goddamn channel. Oh, fuck, that motherfucker's gonna be poor again. Holy fuck.
They finally called attention to a issue that has plagued Twitch since the beginning. Since the genesis of Twitch, in the primordial soup of streaming, there has been bots that have infected the platform.
Yeah, bots is the reason why Twitch has so much freaking money. Honestly, like, bots and Twitch go together like crazy with a goth chick. It's just natural. They cannot exist separately. If one comes, then the other is soon to follow. So if you see a motherfucker with 1,000, 10,000, 30,000, 100,000 people watching on their stream on Twitch, chances are 70% of that was bought and paid for bots. Yeah, and they get money too because of the ad revenue. That's crazy.
For the longest time, Twitch
smart. Should have done
really
that.
Hands off. They said, you know what? If we don't put our hands on the stove, we won't know if it's hot. But recently they said that they were going to actually be directly attacking this bot issue. And a few days ago, they rolled out their first targeted strike here on bots. And boy, howdy, it was a doozy. Apparently, the overall viewership on Twitch went down as much as 24%.
God damn!
With many big streamers suddenly losing thousands of viewers. Not just big streamers, streamers of all shapes and sizes lost tons and tons of viewers, like across the...
You know what's funny? You want to know how I know Charlie Penguin Zero doesn't have bots on his Twitch? Because when I watch his Twitch count, it's like 6,000 people. And I'm like, bro, he has 14 million subscribers on YouTube. How the hell are there only 6,000 people watching him? And then I see someone like Asmongold, who has like 20, 30,000 people watching him. And someone like Kai Cenat, who sometimes has 100,000 people watching him. And I'm like, bro, Charlie is like way bigger than both of them combined. He should have way more numbers. He should have way more people watching. But it's because of the damn bots. It's because the bots are not It's because this dude doesn't pay for bots. This dude's whole brand is being authentic and real. He is literally Internet Jesus. And he will not let us down.
The board. It was a pretty big purge of invalid traffic, bot activity. As I said a couple days ago, I was pretty surprised with how hard they hit the ground running here. I thought it would just be like lightly poking the bear, like, oh, we got rid of like 100 bots. Big W, Twitch is saved. But no, they kind of like, they dropped a bomb here. It was a pretty big deal. So big, in fact, that a lot of streamers, many suspected of being a view botter, had just decided not to stream for like the last week or so, inexplicably. Just randomly deciding not to stream during the bot purge, which of course has everyone raising an eyebrow. And of course all of this has led to a lot of finger pointing, a lot of shit stirring, a lot of spitting, a lot of farting and coming. It's been kind of pandemonium in the streaming space as people are noticing view counts have been dropped from a lot of streamers, and in some cases, drastically. So the natural conclusion people are drawing is they were view botting. And as I predicted, and as...
Well, obviously they were view botting. I mean, bro, like Twitch isn't even a big platform. How the hell do you have 100,000 people watching your stream? It's not even that big of a platform, bro.
Everyone predicted. Nobody wants to own up to being privy to their channel being view botted because that's against the rules. They would get banned. No one's ever going to admit to it. So it's been a lot of cope and a lot of excuses like, oh, it must have just been this stranger over here that's been doing this and I had no fucking clue. I'm glad that it's getting solved. Everyone is talking about this as a positive thing. Meanwhile, in the background, there are people that know...
Yeah. View bots. Who I don't really give a shit, to be honest. If I could be honest with you, I don't really give a rat's ass about no goddamn view bots. I'm just keeping it 150, bruh. I'm just keeping it 150. I don't give a rat's ass about Twitch streamers getting caught for their view bots because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. I'm not a big time Twitch streamer. Fuck them, you know? Living in a nice ass mansion and all they gotta do is fucking view bot and shit. How about this one?
Disney's self-inflicted boy trouble. Uh-oh. Let me see this.
Every once in a while, I'll stumble on a news article so brain-meltingly, soul-crushingly stupid that the only socially acceptable response is...
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yesterday with this absolute corker from Variety, that always reliable bastion of respectable, impartial journalism. Disney's Boy Trouble. Studio seeks original IP to win back Gen Z men amid Marvel Lucasfilm struggle.
Oh, damn, that's gonna be tough.
My curiosity.
Now
you have my attention.
Leadership at Walt Disney Studios has been pressing Hollywood creatives in recent months, multiple sources tell Variety, for movies that will bring young men back to the brand in a meaningful way.
All right, you get the fat bitches out.
Yeah, get all the fat bitches out. Bring in the sick ass dudes. Hell yeah.
In there 100%. You make it about a man that's trying to save his family. The reason why is honor, tradition, his oath to his country, or some form of obligation that.
Or some type of struggling boy trying to find his way of the world and then later finds his inner power through courage and self-determination and some shit like that.
Transcends him, and that's it. You don't have any, female fucking like super expert that trains him. He gets trained by an older man that understands, like, to the extent that you put a
I mean, honestly, it's pretty easy. They've been doing stories like this for the past 80 fucking years. I don't see how they flopped so hard. Disney flopped harder than freaking Totodile trying to do a kickflip. Like, that motherfucker has flopped hella hard. That damn mouse. The damn mouse needs to come back to their glory days.
Like a girl in some sort of fucking authority position over him. Generally, it's going to be cringe as fuck. Don't have any, like, weird social messaging at all.
Yeah,
like,
no fucking... I don't want to hear how diversity is the greatest thing in the world. I don't want to hear how our greatest strength is together or some bullshit like that. I want to see a fucking action movie where, like, the hero is some, like, kid that has no idea he's, like, the superpower being. He's still, like, a kid. He's not sure of himself, but later through on the years, as the movie progresses, he becomes a badass. Because every young man sees himself as that kid. Every young man sees himself as this growing power that is one day going to reach the pinnacle of that power. But right now, they're just a little scrub. They're just a little nub. But with training, with guidance, they become the ultra superpower badass that saves everybody and gets the girl at the end. And it has to be a hot girl, too. Put Sweeney in that shit.
Actually, so easy. It's literally so easy. Just
it is easy.
What would a young guy want to be able to? What would a young guy want to watch? It's so obvious. The Space Marine movie, yeah, of course. It's so easy.
Bro, if they make a Helldivers movie, I'm gonna sign up for the fucking army. You're gonna see me in a goddamn soldier suit with a goddamn horse mask if they do the Space Diver movie, the Helldiver movie, I mean.
Oh, really? Tell me, why would you have to do something like that? I mean, you've spent years telling us that men are irrelevant now, that nobody needs or wants those mean...
And they went poor. And they went poor after they said that. They went hella poor.
And that's what happens.
God, I love to see
content, and you make this content for an audience that doesn't exist. Like, they think they can just shift Star Wars to being a girl franchise.
Yeah, there's nerdy girls in the world, but there's not enough nerdy girls to fucking make that franchise financially relevant. That's why they went poor. Fucking Disney went poor as soon as they started going with the girls are better than boys are. Look, she's so full of himself, and he's like, this used to be a franchise for me. I used to love Lord of the Rings when I was a lad, and now this fat oaf, this fat warlock has taken it over. I'm fucking pissed.
You gotta be fucking retarded to believe that.
Culture with their toxic masculinity, that male and pale is stale, that the future is female. Why do you care about attracting men
if the future is poor?
Sudden.
Thunderbolts of flop. No. Fuck.
And herein lies the rub, dear viewer. You might utterly despise men and everything they represent, but when it comes to that increasingly uncomfortable meeting with the accountants,
you need to get that money.
Well, it turns out that you kind of need them, especially young men who seem to be quite a powerful demographic these days.
Well, they are. They're a massive demographic. And
especially in that fucking they're especially in that category of movie. I mean, if you're making fucking romance comedies, then that's nothing but females. But if you're making like Star Wars and Marvel movies, why the fuck are you gonna try to sell that to fucking girls? That doesn't make no fucking sense. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, are you fucking bananas? Are you fucking bananas? What the fuck is wrong with you? Make Star Wars for me. Make Marvel movies for me, not for them. They fucking don't get it. They just don't get it. It's stupid to them. There's no makeup involved. They don't give a fuck. You know? Like, they don't like action sequences. You know, they like freaking Ryan Reynolds in a romantic situation with Scarlett Johansson. That's
spend a lot of money.
That's how you sell to women.
Like,
that's not how you sell to men.
There's a lot of people that do this. The reason why is that they don't make shows for men anymore.
Money don't discriminate, but I do. And we all do, sir.
More. That's the problem. They make them for general audiences. And if you want to make a show for guys, you have to make it for guys.
You got to make it for guys.
And if a show is really, really good, it will transcend that audience. But you got to.
And then girls will be in it. Yes. Then women will give a fuck about it. Yes.
Let's see what else this stunning and brave article has to say, shall we?
I mean, look at Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, at its premise, it's honestly a male-driven premise. Like a fucking chemistry teacher who was never who was too good for his own job, was never respected. You know what I mean? Does something bad to save his family. That's more of a male-driven story. But females are into that story too because it's such a good fucking story. Because it doesn't matter if it was made for men or for women. What matters is the fucking story. And if the story is saying, oh, men suck or women suck, it's going to suck. Because it's not something that general audiences could digest. It's not something that everybody is going to fucking like because the story's trying to preach too much. Preachiness sucks. People don't like being talked down to. We just want to be entertained. We want to escape our lives and enjoy a fucking sick-ass story with cool characters. Not some fucking fat chick telling me how guys are irrelevant. That's stupid.
Numerous studies show that Gen Z men in particular are a lonely, gaming-obsessed group who were hampered in their formative years by COVID-19 lockdowns.
Oh, come on!
Fucking COVID.
That's probably true, honestly. I think it is. A lot
no,
of
it's totally true. COVID-19 fucked up a lot of things for everybody. When everybody was stuck in their house for COVID, even though like the lockdowns were lifted, there are still people who are so used to that indoors escapism mindset that they haven't recovered even till today, even till 5 years later.
Only got one shot by COVID. Like, imagine graduating high school in 2019 or 2020. Like, you're set up in a situation now where you're totally fucking isolated from society. You spend those years where, like, you're supposed to be hanging out with your friends, like, after high school, like, in college or whatever, going to parties, and you spend all that, like, and you're fucking quarantined, literally. Yeah, that's going to be a huge problem. That's going to negatively affect people a lot.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there before this COVID, journalistic retardation goes...
True, but, like, COVID multiplied mental illness in the country, I think, by 3x. I think at 3x mental illness. I don't think we've recovered from it either.
Any further.
Real bad.
Let's be clear about one thing. Young men were not hampered in their formative years by the lockdowns or the patriarchy or global...
I do think that they were... I do think lockdown...
I mean, I can only speak for myself. During COVID-19, I did not stay indoors. I was out and about. I was driving around. The freeways were empty. It was fucking paradise on earth when everybody was stuck inside their house. It was because I was doing delivery driving work. I was doing like Uber Eats and DoorDash and shit. So I was essential and people tipped me fat. I made so much money during COVID. I wish there's another fucking lockdown, honestly.
Negatively affected everybody, and I think lockdowns were a factor. I do. But, like, sure. But, like, it's also women, too.
warming or social injustice or any of the other bullshit excuses you're gonna try to throw in.
I just think that, like, guys, you're a young guy, like, do you really want to watch two girls that have every privilege in the world talk about how bad men are?
Okay, get to the good stuff. Get to the good stuff.
Trying to obliterate them from modern culture.
Exactly. Yeah. No, he's completely right. He's cooking so, oh my God.
Been berated, insulted, deconstructed, mocked, lectured, misrepresented, gaslit into believing their every natural instinct was wrong and evil, and simultaneously labeled as useless and irrelevant, but also somehow the cause of every negative thing that ever happens in the world, depending on which explanation is most expedient.
I'm so
it's so obvious, right? I mean, like, anytime that I see something like that, I immediately think it's gonna be garbage, bro. Like, I do. Like, I'm sorry, like, you thought Star Wars? Star Wars is basically just a medieval knight film with, laser swords. Okay?
And the Force. Don't forget about the Force, Asmongold. What they're saying is true. The fact that Hollywood has been cucking men for this whole goddamn period, I want to say like 10 years at this point, is the dumbest fucking move they could do, especially like in a franchise like Star Wars. How can you cuck dudes in Star Wars? We fucking made that franchise fucking popular. Are you fucking bullshitting me? Cucking dudes in media was the stupidest thing Hollywood could do, and I hope they go bankrupt, or at least, make a movie about me. Just make a movie about me. Make a movie about Flithy B. I'll take out one of these guns and I'll save the world. Yeah, make a movie about me, Hollywood.
Okay? Like, where people are literally cutting each other's arms off. You think you're gonna make this into a story that girls like? What are you, fucking retarded?
Yeah, they're fucking retarded, Asmongold.
Stupid.
That's the problem. That's the problem, is that they are retarded.
I thought I just needed...
It's because liberal arts majors graduated college in 2015, got jobs in Hollywood, and they thought because of their degrees they were smarter than everybody, and then they fucking belittled like everybody else because of their gender studies professors. That's what they told them.
Get a night's sleep, but it's more than that.
And every single time they've dared to defend themselves or push back in this completely one-sided war, they've been dismissed as sexist, misogynistic idiots and bullied or attacked into silence. Is it really that much of a surprise that after all of this, after realizing the deck is
This is the reason why anime and manga is so popular now. Is because, and this is the reason why games from China are growing so much, and like non-Western culture games are so popular, is that I think that there is a huge, like, I don't want to consume content that's made by people that have some sort of lingering resentment towards me. And I think that a lot of people feel that way. So I see something like this, and it's so obvious why it's happening.
Hopelessly stacked against them that not only can they never be allowed to win, but they'll be actively punished for even trying in the first place. They finally decided, fuck it, I'm just not playing anymore. And they hit back with the most powerful weapon
Well, it's like, why would you want to watch, like, for example, like, why would you want to watch She-Hulk if you could watch Demon Slayer?
Yeah, why would I want to watch She-Hulk to begin with? I'd rather just see the regular fucking Hulk. What the hell? Drop the she, add the Hulk. I hate how the Hulk is such a cuck. See, that's what I'm talking about. They cucked the Hulk. How do you cuck the fucking Hulk? That just doesn't make no goddamn sense to me. It's like the Hulk is a monstrous savage, not a fucking nerdy scientist guy. Like, come on, bruh. I know in a couple of comic books he was a fucking scientist. Okay, nerds. But the overall consensus of the Hulk is that he's this powerful fucking monster. Him controlling his anger is what makes him a good guy. Let him control his anger. Let him be a good guy, goddammit, not a fucking nerd.
Or you could watch
Cucky nerd
as a guy. Like, there's literally zero reason to want to do that.
Than their arsenal, their wallets. If companies like Disney decide to use their platform to beat young men over the head with the message that everything male is inherently
I think Solo Leveling is a great example. Like, Solo Leveling, this is the male power fantasy personified. It is.
Oh my god, I don't give a damn about what Asmongold has to say.
I mean, so
hear what the critical drinker has to say.
Figured out, but now they just don't want to accept that it's real. Just totally tapping out of this weird feminized cuck bullshit where they're constantly submitted to humiliation rituals, like Luke Skywalker.
Oh my god, they made Luke Skywalker into a bitch. I will never forgive them for making Luke Skywalker into a fucking bitch. I will never forgive you for making Luke into a bitch, you bitch. Oh my god, I hate them forever. I literally want their children to be taken away from them so they can learn their lesson. I want their dogs to shit on their fucking carpet for the rest of their days. I want their cats to let the mouse run around their fucking house and eat all their fucking cereal. So when they want some cereal for their own, they don't get no fucking cereal. God damn.
Like a what? Like fucking like goat milk eating like bitch boy.
He was a bitch boy, yeah.
It's embarrassing.
I can't believe they allowed that. Can't believe the studio thought that was something they'd pay for.
Then I guess young men just won't watch their stuff anymore. It's not exactly rocket science, but holy fuck. This article and others like it will explore every possible explanation except the simplest and most obvious one. And I think we know why. It actually kind of reminds me of all those articles cropping up on feminist websites these days decrying the lack of male attention after those very same sites spent
Men just leave women alone.
Oh my god, okay, that is hilarious. Men just leave women alone, and the next article was, men, where have you gone? That they sound like a toxic goth girlfriend with nose rings and tattoos and blue hair. Just freaking nagging, bitching about giving her some space. You give her space, and then she's like, you're my boyfriend, you're supposed to love me, how can you just let me be alone? Blah, blah, blah. See, that's the problem with these liberal women that took over media. They're all goth bitches. And goth bitches is something that we just discussed 30 minutes ago. Goth bitches, they will make you blow off your head like Kurt Cobain. They will. It's best to just have one night stands with them. But if you find yourself a chill, down-to-earth goth chick and she's cute with pretty feet, make sure you look them good. Not all of them are bad. No, just the ones that work at fucking Hollywood.
Okay.
Complaining about men being too forward, too assertive, too interested, too creepy, and gosh darn it, why can't they just leave us all alone?
Leave me alone.
Gee, I wonder why they're not interested in dating anymore. It's a total
It's because women want both. They want guys that they're attracted to pursue them relentlessly, and they also want guys that they're not attracted to never talk to them. Like, this is the issue that a lot of people...
That kind of makes sense, because if a girl finds you attractive, she's going to want you to go up to there and talk to her. But if a girl doesn't find you attractive, she wants you to stay away from her. But the key is to not give a fuck. Just say, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I'm going to talk to you because I want to talk to you. And that's Riz right there, buddy. You know what I mean? And if she says, no, go away, like you shot your shot, she still rejects you, then back the fuck off, because you don't want to be a creep. You go on to the next girl. See, that's also the secret. You go on to the next girl, and the next girl, and the next girl. Don't get tunnel vision in one chick, because that one chick's probably a crazy goth chick with 15 cats and is pissed off because her house smells like cat piss, and she blames her cats for pissing everywhere, even though she's too lazy to clean the litter box. It happens, guys. More often than you would know.
People have, and like you can see this dichotomy that's represented in a lot of these romance novels, where it's like usually an aggressive, assertive man, but this man just happens to be a billionaire vampire who happens to also be very attractive. Like, that's the difference.
History to me too, ladies. The irony is that Disney already had access to some of the biggest and most successful male-focused brands in history. And yes, both Star Wars and Marvel were decidedly male brands.
100% for guys.
Yeah, and they fucked it up.
It's not even a question.
They fucked it up so heavy, oh my god.
That doesn't mean the ladies couldn't enjoy them too, and many did in fact, but if I had to choose a gender most likely to gravitate towards a franchise about space battles, adventure, ships and technology, heroism and epic struggles
and also, by the way, brutal violence where people are getting cut in half. This is a guy thing. It
fate
is
of the universe.
It's very aggressive. Yeah, it's not cute. It's not romance comedies. You know, Ryan Gosling isn't going to come back after 30 years and tell her how much he still loves her. This ain't The Notebook. It's fucking Star Wars, okay? It's fucking Marvel movies. And Disney fucked it up. They fucked it up. And I don't even think Robert Downey Jr. could save them from this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be men. And that right there is perfectly okay. Men are allowed to have stuff that they like, and a lot of the time, that stuff is going to be quite different from what women like. The problem is that only one side is ever expected to compromise and make concessions to accommodate the other. And
That's exactly the problem. He's totally right about this. It's that, like, anything that men like, men are expected to compromise and default to what women like. But I think that when men express that they like something, women usually attack them.
No, I don't know if that's true or not.
It's not.
Maybe on the internet.
Could you imagine for one second if they did a reboot of Sex and the City? Sorry, wait, another reboot. Only this time half the female characters were gender swapped. The glamour and sophistication of the New York social scene was replaced with muscle cars and guns and girls in bikinis, and every episode had to include some tedious subtext about how difficult modern life is for men to navigate.
Well, shit, I would watch that show. Muscle cars, girls in bikinis. Fuck yeah. That sounds like the time, honestly.
I don't think it would go down very well. But there seems to be this weird cultural taboo around the idea of male-focused anything now, like catering specifically to men as a demographic is some moral crime that has to be addressed.
That's exactly right. He's totally right about this. This is the issue, is that so many people, and I think that there's a lot of guys that do this too. The reason why I think
yes, they're all right. They're all okay. They are spitting knowledge and whatever.
Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, immediately, bro. Instantaneously factory reset back to 11th grade. Yep, they're undercover. Exactly. It's performative. It is. And I think that a lot of the guys, they do it for that reason. For
11th grade was pretty sick.
Show that, like, oh, I'm one of the good ones.
And corrected instead of a smart and logical business decision.
Damn, she's hot. Oh my god, she is. I'm just gonna keep the camera on her for a little bit because Sweeney is fucking gorgeous. Ooh, Sweeney, have you ever had your feet licked by a horse dude in the fucking horse mask? I'll put fucking broccoli on her fucking stomach.
From a company that should be all about giving the customer what they want. In the case of those male-oriented franchise that used to be a license to print money because they used to understand their customers, the problem wasn't just the clunky attempts to court a female audience with a sudden influx of pandering, poorly written girl bosses who could magically do anything and were always right about everything. Even women hate.
That's the issue too, is that, like, also, like, the characters are just bad on.
They're just stupid fucking characters, honestly. The girl is always right. It's fucking some Lisa Simpson bullshit. I fucking hated Lisa. I hated Lisa because everybody kissed her ass and she was always right about everything. I'm like, bitch, be wrong about something. Say something funny. Fuck.
Top of everything. It's because the characters are bad because the writers self-insert themselves, except for nobody likes them.
That's shit it. Because they were more than smart enough to see right through it.
Yep.
No, the bigger problem was the active sabotage, marginalization, destruction, and outright pussification of the male characters to make...
Here it is. Yes. And so that's the issue, is that it's not a problem for you to make a movie or a story that is women-centric. But if you do that, and you also do it at the expense of male representation.
I see what they're saying. So they're saying in order to make the females stronger appearing, they got to make the male characters look like little whiny bitch cucks. That makes sense. I understand what they're saying now. They're saying that the female characters were stronger than their male counterparts because their male characters were so bitchy, were so cunty. We're so weak. That sucks.
And you make men look like they are incompetent. Like, this is a good question, right? How many of these, like, fucking comedies and, like, of these sitcom shows is the man in the sitcom intelligent, like, morally good, the provider of the household, and not the butt of every joke? Zero, basically, right? Zero. So there's always some way or another that usually the guy is a retard and the wife or the mother is the smart one that's measured and intelligent and normal. You see what I'm saying?
But sometimes that works. Like Simpsons, Homer Simpson was pretty fucking stupid. Family Guy, Peter's stupid. It works. You know what I mean? It's not like Marge was smarter than Homer, or like such a way where like her character overshadowed his character, or like Lois Griffin was smarter than Peter Griffin, that her character overshadowed Peter's part. Like, even though Peter and Homer were both retarded dad figures, we still liked them better than Marge or Lois. They were the star of the show. It's that they cucked these movie characters so much to a point where we don't even like them, where they're not even likable. They're not funny. They're not cool. They're not clever. Like, even the women get the funny one-liners. You know what I mean? They're just there to just get shitted on. They're just there to just get stepped on and squashed and freaking clamored, blammered. Ugh.
Punching bag? Yeah, that's the problem. And so a lot of guys don't like that. So they would they rather watch that, or would they rather watch Spy Family? There you go. Easy fucking decision. Instant, easiest decision of your life. When do you think this started? 2014. It got really bad.
No, it started in like 2016.
Ed tells
honestly.
me that it started getting bad in Vietnam. He said that it was a bunch of pussy boys who were afraid of going to war, and so they decided to turn into hippies to avoid getting drafted.
It's really the baby boomers. The baby boomers really started all of this 60 years ago, because their fathers were like the heroes of World War II, and the baby boomers didn't want to fight in any other war because they're like, well, you just fought World War II. Where the fuck do I go to fight? Blah, 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 blah. And they didn't want to go to Vietnam because they're pussy bitches. And they instead, you know, they did LSD, they did drugs, they didn't work out, they looked like skinny boys, little bitch-ass pussy boys, you know, reading Karl Marx and shit. And you know what? It started from there. In the 80s, it got a little bit better. You know, Reagan kind of toughened everybody out. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, even fucking Bruce Willis, you know. And the 90s, it was shifting. You know, they're starting to do that pussy boy shit with Kurt Cobain. But then, you know, he killed himself because he's a cuck bitch. And that's what cuck bitches do when they're in relationships with crazy-ass goth girls. And now... it kind of started again because, why did it start again? Why did the pussification of men start again in this time? I guess because we were all looking at the 60s. We saw the 60s as this crazy, awesome time of like drugs and music and freedom. And we kind of wanted to embody that. So by embodying that, we brought in like their traits, their personalities, and also because Me Too, dudes were like kind of listening to women a lot more because, you know, they didn't want to get canceled. And then Ghostbusters, the movie came out. I don't know. It's a whole fucking thing. I don't really give a shit, honestly. I just want to lick some goth feet.
And as soon as the war was over, the hippie movement ended because they weren't afraid of getting drafted anymore. And he said basically, like, whenever he was growing up, everything was great. You know, like you would turn on the TV and it would be, you know, the show called, I think he called it like Victory at Sea. And the entire thing were just literally basically highlight reels, kill cams of fucking us fighting back the Japanese in Pearl Harbor, or us taking over an area in Nazi Germany. And that was it, right? And so, like, that was the whole thing. And insight. So that's basically what it was, is that, like, he thinks that Vietnam and, like, that whole cultural movement is what kind of put everything on the downturn. Y'all see what
make way for them. I've been over this kind of thing a million times before, so I'm not going to bore you with all the examples like Han, Luke, Indiana Jones, Thor, Kylo Ren, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Nick Fury, and about 100 others I could name. The list of cultural assassinations is frankly mind-boggling at this point. The point, though, is that instead of becoming more accessible to women, these franchises instead became increasingly hostile towards men.
That's the perfect way to say it. Yeah, it's not about making it appeal to women, it's about making it not appeal to men. And so they actively desexualize things.
Well, they fucking did a glamorous job there, didn't they? They just hit it out of the park over there. Now nobody gives a fuck about those movies anymore. Congratulations. I hope you get fired.
They actively work against and they subvert the traditional male fantasy. And guess what? A lot of guys don't appreciate that.
And there's really only one company to blame. It's Disney. Disney's really to blame for everything. Disney bought all the cool IPs in the 2010s, and they're the only ones who are in charge of these movies, and they are solely responsible for the pussification of these awesome franchises that we grew into love. Now, it's all a fucking shell of its former self. I mean, who gives a fuck about Miss Marvel? Let's be honest.
Young and impressionable men who could really use some positive role models.
Men haters wrote the story. Oh, I've seen this before. Like, there was one girl, like, the amount of girls that are on the internet that are pushing out a bunch of man hate, these are girls that, you know, like their dad was mean to them, or like they had a boyfriend that was an asshole or something like that. It's all just personal unresolved trauma that's being dumped on the internet collectively as a whole. And this isn't a gender exclusive issue. Like, men do the same thing, you know, like the whole like.
I know, they just need to get over shit, honestly. All these people pissed off about the opposite sex because they had a relationship that didn't work out or whatever. They need to grow the fuck up. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know? The reality is no gender, I should say, is 100% evil or 100% bad. Just because you had these few instances with one chick that she fucking broke your heart and then like she moved on hella fast doesn't mean every chick is a bitch. Or just because you had, if you're a chick and you had a freaking boyfriend that verbally abused you and treats you like shit, doesn't mean every other guy's gonna treat you like shit. Sometimes you gotta look into yourself and see, maybe I'm the problem. Sometimes you need a little self-responsibility and just move on from that. You know, grow from your experiences. Don't bring yourself down or bring others down, because at the end of the day, everybody got problems, and nobody wants to hear you bitch and complain about yours. Yeah, said the horseman.
Andrew Tate, like, brand of, like, thinking. And so I'm not, like, women don't have a monopoly on this, but women do have a monopoly on doing it in a way that's socially acceptable. And I think that's really what the...
Oh, yeah, that's true. A woman could complain about nothing, and there'll be a whole group of women, and even guys, because they're fucking cucky bitches, that would agree with them, that would say that what they're saying is valid, only because they're trying to bang. Or because, you know, girls are kind of stupid and they stick together even when they shouldn't.
Problem is, it's that you have women that are doing this and it's somehow justified and it's okay. But meanwhile, if a guy does this, it's like, oh my God, you can't.
Oh no, dudes are on their own for sure. Guys are on their own when it comes to shit like that, dude. Guys are on their own. Like if your homie is bitching about some chick on the internet, you do not want to comment saying, yeah, I agree with you, bud, because all the other girls are going to see that you comment. They're going to stay away from you, bro. It's fucking pussy repellent, bro. Yeah, guys are on their own, but when a girl bitches about that shit on social media, everybody is in support. So yeah, it's tough to be a dude out here. But you gotta let your balls hit the floor, you feel me? You can't let that shit stop you, dog. You can't let that shit stop you ever. Don't let that shit stop you ever, dog.
This way.
Too. Instead, they found themselves getting lectured, berated, and disrespected by a studio that seemed to actively hate them. And that's the funny thing about young men, you see. They can, and often do, put up with a lot of shit in their daily lives, but the one thing they won't put up with...
This is the other thing, too, is, like, especially nowadays, like, young guys, if you were, this is the issue, right? It's like, if you're kind of like an average, like kind of a dumb guy, right? You're not really a super smart guy. You're like an 85, 88, 89, 93 IQ guy.
Shit, man. If you're like a dumb guy, you're not that tall, and you have no sense of style or no way to speak to people, you're gonna have a fucking tough time, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If you are straight in the middle, you better figure out something fast. You better learn how to play guitar or fucking do some jumping jacks or some shit. Because guys cannot afford to be average. If you're average, you're going to have an average existence. If you want more than an average, you got to do more than average shit. Chicks are going to have a fun existence just on top because they're hot and everyone's trying to bang them. So everyone's going to give them shit. Everyone's going to give them experiences. Everyone's going to fucking be hella nice to them simply because they're trying to bang them, dude. And no one's trying to bang you if you're a dude or you're average. Maybe a weird gay guy, a weird gay predator is going to try to do that. But you do not want your butthole filled up with no freaking nasty shit now, do you? But if that's your prerogative, go for it, buddy. But most of us don't. Most of us, yeah, never mind. It's okay to be gay. Gay people. Yay.
Guy. Like, you could have gotten a job back in the day working and doing something and you'd be all right. But now a lot of those jobs are automated. And so you're getting patronized. And at the same time, like, women have a lot of these opportunities, especially when they're young, to make a lot of money, right? Things like OnlyFans. And again, it's not like every girl's doing OnlyFans. Of course not. But I think that it's the perception, the society expectation. Like, women nowadays, whenever they're entering the workforce, young women make a considerable amount more money than young men do in the workplace. Why is that? It is the direct effect of deliberate DEI initiatives to disenfranchise men and to empower women at their expense. That's the reason. It was never about equality. Equality was just one step on the stairway to supremacy. And that's what you have now. We hate corporate life as well. Yeah, that's why you have HR running everything and you're getting tone policed constantly because you say something in a way that hurts one person's feelings. It's ridiculous. And so, and I by the way, I just...
Damn, that would suck. Imagine you work at a nice-ass job you worked your whole life to get into, only for HR to be like, yeah, your tone is a little too aggressive. We're going to have to let you go. That's so crazy. Yeah, just because the way you said something was a little too mean and somebody got offended, we're going to have to let you go. That's fucking wild. I burned down the office. And I will find where the HR person lives and I would just give them a hug. And then I'll explode. No, just kidding.
Straight up say this shit. I know that some people are going to get mad that I say it as raw as I do. But somebody's got to. Somebody has to.
Amen. Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
That's where it's at. And so, again, they even made Boyle from Rabbit Hole. I don't know about that. Kindergarten ethics. Exactly. And it's never really about equality. Yes, the HR is all women. Yeah, it's HR, fucking reputation, fucking assassination, weird shit like this. And guys are taught, a lot of, male bonding and the way that guys act growing up. Every way that guys act growing up that is in any way physical or has any friction or is coarse in any regard, this is all massively stamped down by schooling. And meanwhile,
Yeah, the way guys, the way friend groups act is totally not acceptable in the office workspace. It's so not acceptable if you have an office job. That is 100% true. Yeah.
Schooling is catered towards making it accessible and the most appealing for women. That's mainly what happens. Who pushes these changes? Women do, and men that want to fuck the women that do. That's the people that push
Exactly. The power dynamic shifted because women say something and men that want to bang those women, men that want to fuck those women, they agree with those women. So that's why the power dynamic changed. It's really because dudes got pussy whipped. And that's why it all changed. All because dudes sold their balls for some pussy. But hey, all's fair in love and war, you know what I mean? It's all fair, buddy. It's all fair. If you can't admit your own power, you follow a woman. If you can't admit your own power for her to sleep with you, you just follow her power, and then she'll bang you if you agree with her. That's what we talked about with those goth bitches. Then you can lick her feet.
Changes primarily. And so anyway, now you have a lot of these guys, and so they're like, well, I'm getting fucked in my real life. I'm losing out on internship opportunities. I'm losing out on scholarship opportunities. I'm losing out on, you know, like this, that, and the other thing, a hiring process, because I'm not part of this group. Primarily, you know, like, again, do you want to know who the biggest beneficiaries of DEI are? It's not black people. It's white women. Those are the ones that are really winning out of DEI. They're the ones that are actually getting hired because of these processes.
Oh my God. White women.
Yeah, it's
my greatest enemy of all time. White women. No. Oh shit. That's fine. Let white women win. Maybe they'll step on me.
Karens, that's it. And so this is the Karen industrial complex, where men are systematically disenfranchised, demoralized, made fun of, and made to submit to humiliation rituals throughout their entire life. The media is just a further propagandized humiliation ritual. And at a certain point, a lot of men tap the fuck out and they go on the internet. That's why people are like this on the internet. And that's also the reason why, again, foreign types of media has become so popular with modern audiences. That's why anime is so popular. That's why something like Berserk is popular. It's popular because it's something that it's made for them as an audience. One Piece is made for guys. The guy who makes it says that. Shonen literally is like young boy anime in fucking Japan.
Man, I didn't know Asmongold was a fucking chef, because this dude is just cooking the entire goddamn time. This boy was just fucking stirring the pot, making the beans, adding the broccoli, fucking putting it all on a plate for everyone. This boy was cooking the entire time. I'm gonna let him cook again.
So when you're making content that is deliberately antagonistic to a group of people, big surprise, they don't watch. I know this is maybe a rant, but I think it's true. It's very true.
Is disrespect, especially from a fucking company that wants them to part with their hard-earned money for their privilege. Add all these factors together and you get a conclusion so simple and obvious that I can't believe I'm even having to say it, but here we are. When you decide to treat half your audience as the enemy, that's exactly what you turn them into.
Yep.
You really do get what you fucking deserve. And in this case, Disney deserves to lose half their audience because they gave them absolutely no reason to stick around.
But well, they gave them more than that. They gave them a reason to leave.
What? Rather than signing off with some smarmy little fuck you, I want to pull something positive out of this situation, because it seems like even Disney are beginning to acknowledge how badly they've done wrong. Yeah.
I don't think that the modern studios will be able to recover from this, by the way. I don't think so. I think the only way that we can hope to get anything better in the next like 10 or 15 years at least is for new studios to emerge, because what I think happens is that these studios get infected with these groups of people and they totally take over the studio. They're like a cancer. And once you have enough of them, the studio is completely infected and it will...
Okay, that's enough reactions for me today. Like